A few weeks ago, I was having dinner at a friend's house, and we ended up talking about work, as you do. I was sharing a conversation I'd had with a leader at my job, and a phrase came up that stuck with me. Culture keepers. Now, this isn't something you'll find on an organizational chart. It's not a job title, and no one introduces themselves and says, "Hi, I'm Lisa, senior analyst and part-time culture keeper." But you know exactly who these people are. Every workplace, every family, every team, every organization has them. And you notice when they're not there because everything feels a little off. Who are the culture keepers? Culture keepers aren't just the people who work hard, though they typically do. They're not just the ones who help with coffee or organize a holiday party or ask you how you're really doing, though they usually do that too. Culture keepers are the ones who take the spirit of your organization, your values, your expectations, your way of being, and they elevate it. They don't just keep the culture alive, they keep it healthy, they keep it honest, and they keep it human. They're the people others naturally turn to for advice, the ones who make other team members better, the ones who quietly push those who are slacking to step up. Not because they're trying to impress anyone, but because the culture matters to them. And here's the interesting thing. Culture keepers almost never look like what you think you're searching for. They don't always have the fanciest titles, they're not always the loudest voices, and they rarely seek the spotlight. But they do the work that no job description ever covers. They influence without announcing their influence. These are the people who can walk into a leader's office and say, "Do you have a few minutes?" And then, gently, respectfully, and truthfully, tell that leader exactly what everyone else is afraid to say. They'll mention what's working. They'll mention what's not. They'll tell you where morale is slipping, where frustration is building, where celebration is overdue, and where the fire needs to be lit, or where the fire needs to be put out. They speak on behalf of the team, not because they want to be important, but because they want things to be better. Culture keepers are the emotional barometers of the workplace. They sense when something's off long before a survey or a meeting ever reveals the problem. And they're the first ones to tell you, if this person leaves, we are going to lose 3 others, and then an entire department collapses. Not because they gossip, not because they're dramatic, but because they're observant, because they care, because they understand the unseen connections that hold your whole organization together. Culture keepers don't show up on charts, but they show up everywhere else. They're the ones who answer honestly when an interview candidate asks, "What's it like to work here?" And somehow their authenticity draws people in. They're the ones who sense when someone is discouraged, who quietly celebrates the small wins, who connects dots leaders don't even see, who reinforces the values you say you care about, often better than the people who wrote them down. They're not trying to change the entire world. They're trying to make your world, your workplace, your team, your culture, function the way it's supposed to. And because they're humble, they often don't realize how essential they are. But here's the thing. You can't afford to lose your culture keepers. You can survive losing a high performer before you can survive losing a culture keeper. If you lose one of them, departments drift, morale drops, communication breaks, turnover spreads, and you suddenly realize that the person who never had culture keeper on their resume was actually the one keeping everything together. And the best part? These people don't usually come with big egos. They don't demand rewards or recognition. They just want things to work well. They want people treated fairly. They want the environment to match the values listed on the wall. They're protectors of the culture, quietly, consistently, and powerfully doing so. So, what do you do with all this? If you're a leader, formal or informal, you need to know 3 things. Identify your culture keepers. They're the ones people go to, the ones who speak truth, the ones who lift the team's energy just by walking in the room. Number 2, invest in them. Not with special treatment, but with trust, with access, with appreciation, opportunities, and open doors. Number 3, listen to them. They're telling you the truth. And it's the truth your organization needs, but often can't articulate. Because culture keepers aren't just valuable, they're vital. They're the difference between a workplace that survives and the one that thrives. So the next time you walk through your office, your team, your family, or even your friend group, ask yourself these questions. Who here holds things together? Who keeps this place aligned? Who protects what makes us, us? That person doesn't just matter. They're the backbone, the pulse, and they're the culture. And they're the ones you can't afford to lose.